Hey everybody, it's Jay. Welcome to the channel. I don't know about you, but I often go back and look at old photos and sometimes play around with the editing. Sometimes it's something new that I've learned I can apply to it. Sometimes I just see something a little differently and want to edit it a little differently as well. Last year I was in Portugal and we spent some of that time in Lisbon. It really wasn't a photo centric trip. I was with my wife, but I took my camera and I did get some shots of the MAAT Museum, MAAT Museum, which is a great museum in Lisbon. And I had a whole bunch of these things on my computer, and I went back and I was looking, and I thought, I should probably edit one of these a little bit better than I'd done in the past. So I'm actually going to walk you through. I don't have any video of me taking this shot. I'm going to jump right into my computer. You're going to see the shot that I took, and then I'll show you how I processed it in Photoshop to create something that was a little bit more fine art. If you do like this video, it does help the channel just to give me a like, a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. Let's jump into my computer right now. Okay, here we are on my computer in Photoshop, and this is the image. This is the MAAT Museum. What I want to do is show you how I turn this image into this image, creating some drama and some interest, at least in my view, making a little bit more fine art. This is great, by the way, but it is a little flat. Now, I've done some things already. Don't want to bore you with it, but in Lightroom, I converted to black and white. I pulled up the shadows a little bit. I pulled down the blues a little bit. And that created a little bit more contrast in the sky, but really I didn't do too much. In Photoshop, I've done two things. I've gotten rid of a lot of distractions, mostly people. This is a really popular spot. There's a ton of people walking up and down this river at most hours of the day, but I wanted a clean shot, so I got rid of them using the remove tool in Photoshop. There's now ways in Photoshop with the remove tool that you can actually say kind of remove people and it will do that. And I had to go in and do a little bit more work, but again, cleaned it up. The other thing I did was I made a number of selections, mostly parts of the building. To do that, I used the polygonal lasso tool, relatively straightforward. Around the curves, I just went very slowly, made short lines, and was able to kind of carve out what I wanted to. So the first thing I'm going to do is really work on this facade. And again, I like it, but it is a little flat. So let's create some interest. Let's go up to Select, Load Selection, and this big metal facade I called Metal Facade. So I'm going to hit OK. And you see the selection that I made. You see those marching ants around it. I'm going to start with the Curves Adjustment layer. And I'm going to pull up on this line, and that's going to brighten up the entire selection. Nothing else, just the selection. That's actually kind of cool right there. But again, I'm going to create more of a gradient. So let me go back and reselect it. I go to Select, Reselect. I'm going to choose my gradient tool. It's actually already chosen. And I'm going to start with the linear gradient tool. My foreground color should be white, and it is. I can see it down here. And if I pull over from the right, you will see the right side of this image is going to capture the effect of that curves adjustment layer, the brightening. The left side doesn't. Here's the before and after. Again, it creates more of a gradient in the facade itself. In fact, to emphasize that more, we could darken the left side a little bit. So you see it's already selected, so I can just go up to a curves adjustment layer. I'm going to pull down this time. That's going to darken the entire selection, but I just want the left side to be darker. So I'm going to reselect, and I'm going to choose the gradient tool. Again, it's already kind of chosen. Pull over from the left, and now that dark side, the left side is darker. And again, you could play with it however you want to, but that's pretty good. So here's, for both effects, here's the before, fairly flat. Here's the after, arguably a little bit more interesting. Now on this lower portion here, I would like to see a little bit of interest there too. Maybe some dappled sunlight that was reflecting off another building. And so I'm going to choose my curves adjustment layer. I'm going to pull up, and again, this is going to brighten up the entire selection, but I just want a piece of it brightened up. So let me reselect. I got my gradient tool selected. This time I'm going to choose the radial gradient tool. And this essentially creates a circle where the effect comes through. So I can just pull out here, create a little circle, and all that's affected is that area. Everything else is kind of how it was before. So here's the before, here's the after. Kind of a cool effect when you're dealing with architecture and you want to create something a little bit interesting in it. In fact, I could do something similar at the overhang of this building. So let me deselect this by hitting Command D. I'm going to go up to Select, Load Selection, and I think I called it Under Facade. And so you see what I selected there. In fact, not even the whole under facade, but just part of it. And you'll see what I'll do. I'll go to my curves adjustment layer. And you can use an exposure adjustment layer. I tend to use the curves adjustment layer. I think there's a little bit more flexibility. So if I pull up, it's going to brighten up that whole selection. But again, I just want a little bit of that bright, as it is naturally in the image itself anyway, by the way. So if I go to reselect, I've got my gradient tool selected, I've got my radial gradient tool, so I can kind of carve out the circle that I want there. Again, just to create a little bit of interest. I play around with it to taste, make yourself nuts. But you know, something like that, for me, that's pretty good. Let me deselect by hitting Command D. And so again, here's the before, here's the after. There's one other part of the building that I just want to highlight a little bit. And underneath the building, there is kind of this white ceiling. And I'm going to put a little light on there too. So let's go up to Select, Load Selection. I called it White Underneath. And you'll see it being selected. I'll use my Curves Adjustment layer. I will pull up on the right. That will brighten up the whole selection. But again, I'm going to use a gradient. So let's reselect. I'm going to stick with my radial gradient tool. You know, maybe pull out this way. So you're capturing just kind of this arc of light that was hitting that building. And again, you could play with it as much as you want. Maybe I'll make it a little bit brighter even. Something like that. So let me hit I'm going to deselect by hitting Command D. Again, just creating a little bit more interest. And there were lights under there, so it would have been illuminated to some extent. The last thing I do with architecture typically is I'll put a curves adjustment layer on the whole thing to add some contrast. So let's choose a curves adjustment layer. Again, this is for the whole image. To add contrast, you're basically making an S-curve. You're going to pull up on the right, which are the brighter parts of the image, pull down on the left, the shadows, and there's immediate contrast. And again, you could play around with this to taste as well, but here's the before, here's the after. So at the end of the day, I find this to be more interesting than my original shot. I mean, I'll show you this is the original, good but flat. And then when I was done with things, it looked kind of more like this. Hey, if you did like this video, as I said before, it helps the channel just to give me a like, a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. On the lower right of your screen, there's a little subscribe button. Just click on that, and that way you won't miss future content, future videos. And until next time.